TV soap news and spoilers say that. Do you want to know what happens in Beyond the Gates on September 30th? If you do, buckle up, because this episode is set to deliver a whirlwind of emotions, shattering revelations, and pulse-pounding intrigue that will leave fans gasping for air. As the sun sets on another day in the opulent yet treacherous world of the Gates family and their entangled circle, secrets bubble to the surface like a volcano on the brink of eruption. We've got the inside scoop on the chaos that's about to unfold, and trust us, it's more intense than ever. From shattered hearts to forbidden flirtations, this installment promises to redefine loyalty, love, and revenge. Follow along as we dive deep into the drama, expanding on every twist and turn to paint a vivid picture of the lives hanging by a thread. Let's start with Kat Gates, the fiery entrepreneur whose life is a constant juggernaut of ambition and heartache. Kat has always been the epitome of resilience, a woman who turns obstacles into stepping stones with the grace of a ballerina and the ferocity of a lioness. But lately, her plate isn't just full, it's overflowing, threatening to crash down around her in a spectacular mess. At the center of her whirlwind is the launch of her new Chelsea Cat wallet line, a luxurious collection of handcrafted accessories that's been years in the making. Collaborating with her cousin, Chelsea, has been both a dream and a nightmare. Picture this: late-night design sessions in a dimly lit studio overlooking the glittering city skyline, sketches scattered like fallen leaves, fabrics in rich hues of crimson and gold piled high. Kat pours her soul into every stitch, every clasp, envisioning a brand that empowers women to carry their worlds with style and confidence. This isn't just about wallets, Kat confides to Chelsea during one exhaustive all-nighter, her eyes gleaming with determination. It's about holding on to what matters in a world that tries to rip it away. Yet, amid the glamour of press releases, influencer partnerships, and runway previews, Kat's personal life is crumbling like a sandcastle at high tide. She's head over heels for Tomas Rivera, the brooding architect with eyes like stormy seas and a smile that could melt steel. Their romance started as a spark in a crowded gala, evolving into a passionate blaze that consumed them both. Tomas, with his sharp suits and whispered promises, seemed like the perfect escape from Kat's high-stakes world. But cracks had been forming for weeks: missed dinners, cryptic texts, and that nagging intuition that something's amiss. "I love you more than words can say," Tomas had murmured just days ago, his hand brushing her cheek in a moment of tenderness. Little does Kat know, those words are about to ring hollow. The heartbreaking turn comes like a thunderclap in the dead of night. Kat, exhausted from a day of back-to-back meetings, decides to surprise Tomas at his loft. The air is thick with anticipation as she ascends the elevator, her heart pounding with a mix of excitement and unease. But what she discovers shatters her world into a million jagged pieces. There, in the tangled sheets of their shared bed, are Tomas and her best friend, Elena. No, wait, the betrayal cuts deeper. It's her cousin Chelsea, the very partner in her business venture, entwined with the man she trusted implicitly. The scene unfolds in slow motion, the dim lamp casting shadows on their guilty faces, the scent of betrayal hanging heavy in the air. Kat's gasp echoes through the room, her world tilting on its axis. Heartbroken doesn't even begin to cover it. This is soul-crushing devastation, a dagger to the heart wielded by those closest to her. Tears stream down her face as she stumbles out, the weight of double betrayal crushing her spirit. How will Kat recover from this? Will she confront them head-on, or channel her pain into destroying the wallet line they built together? The episode teases a confrontation that's sure to be explosive, with accusations flying like shrapnel and alliances fracturing irreparably. Shifting our gaze to Nicole Harrington, the glamorous socialite who's no stranger to the sting of love's betrayals. Nicole has spent months nursing the wounds inflicted by her ex, Ted Montgomery, a charming but duplicitous businessman whose infidelities left her reeling. Ted's affair with Leslie Vaughn, a sultry rival in their elite social circle, was the final straw, a public humiliation that turned Nicole's fairy tale romance into a nightmare. "How could you?" Nicole had screamed in a heated argument that echoed through their lavish penthouse, her voice breaking as Ted offered lame excuses. Now, Ted is persona non grata in Nicole's life, and who can blame her? The betrayal wasn't just personal, it was a spectacle, fodder for gossip columns and whispered conversations at high society events. Nicole, with her flawless porcelain skin and cascading auburn locks, deserves better, and she's determined to seize it. Enter Carlton Blackwell, the suave newcomer who's as smooth as aged whiskey and twice as intoxicating. Carlton crashes into Nicole's orbit at a charity gala, his tailored tuxedo hugging his athletic frame, his eyes locking onto hers with an intensity that sends shivers down her spine. He's not subtle in his pursuit, oh no, Carlton is a master of flattery, weaving compliments like a spider spins its web. "You look absolutely gorgeous tonight, Nicole," he purrs over champagne flutes, his voice low and velvety. "A queen like you deserves to be treated with nothing less than adoration, diamonds, dinners under the stars, and a man who worships the ground you walk on." Nicole, initially wary, finds herself drawn in by his charisma. It's a classic rebound scenario, but amplified with dramatic flair, stolen glances across crowded rooms, lingering touches during dances, and late-night texts that make her pulse race. The episode builds to a steamy crescendo as Nicole and Carlton share an intimate moment in a secluded garden alcove, away from the prying eyes of the party. Moonlight filters through the leaves, casting ethereal glows on their faces as Carlton pulls her close, his lips brushing hers in a kiss that's equal parts passion and promise. But here's the twist that ratchets up the suspense: they're not alone. Someone is watching from the shadows, their silhouette barely visible behind a trellis of blooming roses. Is it Ted, seething with jealousy and plotting his revenge? Or perhaps Leslie, the other woman, scheming to protect her claim? The camera lingers on the observer's eyes, wide with shock or perhaps calculation, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. This voyeuristic element adds layers of paranoia and mystery, transforming a simple flirtation into a potential powder keg. Nicole, oblivious in the heat of the moment, might soon find her path to moving on blocked by unseen forces. Will this budding romance survive the scrutiny, or will the watcher's identity ignite a firestorm of confrontations? Meanwhile, across town in the shadowy corridors of power, Martin Gates is drawing lines in the sand like a general fortifying his position. Martin, the stoic patriarch of the Gates dynasty, has always been the rock holding the family together, or so it seems. But boundaries are being set, and the question lingers: with whom? The episode reveals it's with his estranged son, Alex, who's returned from years abroad with a chip on his shoulder and secrets that could topple the empire. Martin's office, a mahogany-clad sanctuary filled with antique globes and leather-bound tomes, becomes the battlefield. "Enough is enough," Martin declares, his voice booming like thunder. "You've crossed lines that can't be uncrossed. From now on, there are rules, no more meddling in family affairs without my say." Alex, defiant with a smirk that hides deeper wounds, pushes back. "You can't control me forever, father. The world has changed." This father-son clash is laden with history, flashbacks to Alex's rebellious youth, Martin's iron-fisted parenting, and the tragic loss of Martin's wife that drove the wedge deeper. The boundaries aren't just verbal, they're legal, involving trusts, inheritances, and forbidden alliances. Martin's decision could splinter the family irreparably, setting the stage for future episodes filled with legal battles and emotional reckonings. The drama here is subtle yet profound, a slow burn that contrasts the flashier betrayals elsewhere, reminding us that power struggles can be as devastating as romantic ones. In a lighter yet intriguing subplot, Ted Montgomery and his nephew, Ryan, are finally opening up about their unique relationship. No, it's not what you might think. This isn't a taboo romance, but a deep, mentormentee bond forged in the fires of shared adversity. Ryan, a wide-eyed young entrepreneur, has been living in Ted's shadow, learning the ropes of the cutthroat business world. Their relationship refers to a secret partnership in a high-stakes venture, a tech startup that's on the verge of a breakthrough. The episode shows them in candid conversations over scotch in Ted's study, maps and blueprints spread out like war plans. "Uncle Ted, you've taught me everything," Ryan says earnestly, his admiration palpable. But it's time we go public, no more hiding. Ted, haunted by his past mistakes with Nicole, nods solemnly. You're right, kid. Transparency is the only way forward. This openness comes at a cost, though. Rivals are circling, and going public could expose vulnerabilities. The dynamic adds warmth to the episode's chillier moments, humanizing Ted beyond his philandering ways. Yet, with Nicole's disdain still fresh, Ted's redemption arc feels precarious. Will this uncle-nephew duo thrive, or will external pressures, perhaps from Nicole's vengeful orbit, tear them apart? Elsewhere, June Ellis, the loyal confidant to many in the Gates circle, finds herself in a bind but receives a little help from her friends. June, with her no-nonsense demeanor and heart of gold, has been quietly battling a personal crisis, a health scare that's left her vulnerable and isolated. The episode portrays her vulnerability with raw emotion, scenes of June alone in her cozy apartment, staring at medical reports under the harsh glow of a desk lamp, tears welling as she contemplates her mortality. But her friends rally, Kat, pre-betrayal, Nicole, and even Martin drop everything to support her. You're not alone in this, Nicole insists during a heartfelt gathering, clasping June's hand. We've got your back, doctors, lawyers, whatever it takes. The help manifests in practical ways, arranging specialist appointments, crowdfunding for treatments, and emotional pep talks that restore June's fighting spirit. This subplot injects a dose of camaraderie into the mix, contrasting the betrayals with themes of solidarity. June's journey is dramatic, filled with tense hospital waits and triumphant small victories, underscoring that even in a world of gates and barriers, true friends can break through. Tying it all back, Ted's fallout with Nicole over Leslie lingers like a dark cloud. Leslie, portrayed as a cunning temptress with ambitions of her own, has ensnared Ted in a web of passion and manipulation. Nicole's discovery, perhaps through incriminating photos leaked anonymously, was the catalyst for her rebound with Carlton. But the episode hints at more. Leslie might be the mysterious watcher, her jealousy fueling a plot to sabotage Nicole's happiness. You think you can just move on? Leslie sneers in a private moment, her eyes flashing with malice. Ted, caught in the middle, grapples with regret. I never meant to hurt you, Nicole, he confesses in a voicemail that goes unanswered. The tension builds to a potential showdown, where past loves collide with new flames in a spectacle of accusations and revelations. As September 30th approaches, Beyond the Gates is poised to deliver an episode that's not just entertaining but transformative. These intertwined stories of love, loss, boundaries, and betrayals paint a portrait of human frailty and resilience. Kat's heartbreak could redefine her path, Nicole's flirtation might ignite a war, Martin's edicts may fracture the family, Ted and Ryan's openness could invite danger, and June's support network reminds us of hope amid despair. With every glance, whisper, and confrontation, the drama escalates, drawing viewers deeper into this gilded cage of intrigue. But wait, there's more layers to peel back. Let's delve even further into Kat's entrepreneurial saga. The Chelsea Cat line isn't just accessories, it's a statement. Each wallet features innovative compartments for modern women, hidden pockets for tech gadgets, RFID blocking linings to thwart digital thieves, and customizable engravings that tell personal stories. Kat's vision stems from her own experiences, losing her mother's heirloom purse in a mugging years ago, vowing never to feel vulnerable again. The launch event, set in a swanky downtown venue, is a feast for the senses, models strutting with the wallets like trophies, celebrities mingling with flutes of bubbly, and a live band crooning empowerment anthems. Yet, the betrayal with Tomas and Chelsea casts a pall over it all. Imagine Kat on stage, spotlight glaring, forcing a smile as she unveils the collection, her mind replaying the bedroom scene. The audience applauds, oblivious to her inner turmoil. This duality, public triumph, private agony, amplifies the drama, making Kat's arc a masterclass in emotional depth. Nicole's rebound with Carlton deserves expansion too. Carlton isn't just a flirt, he's a man with a past. A former Wall Street hotshot who lost everything in a scandal, He's rebuilding his life with charm as his currency. His compliments to Nicole are laced with sincerity born from his own heartbreaks. I've seen queens dethroned, but you? You're unbreakable. Their intimate moment isn't rushed. It's a slow build, fingers intertwining, breath sinking, the world fading away. The watcher's presence adds Hitchcockian suspense, footsteps crunching on gravel, a camera flash in the dark. The reveal could tie into broader conspiracies, perhaps involving the Gates family's corporate rivals. Martin's boundaries with Alex echo generational conflicts. Alex, back from Europe with tattoos and tales of startups, challenges Martin's old-school empire. Their dialogue crackles, "Your rules are relics, Dad. Innovation doesn't wait for permission." Martin's retort, "And recklessness doesn't build legacies." This push-pull explores themes of legacy versus progress, with flashbacks to Martin's youth mirroring Alex's rebellion. Ted and Ryan's partnership innovates in AI-driven logistics, a venture that could revolutionize shipping but attracts hackers and competitors. Their openness means press conferences, but Ted's personal scandals threaten credibility. Ryan's loyalty, family first, uncle. We'll weather this. June's help from friends showcases community. Her illness, a rare autoimmune disorder, brings vulnerability. Friends' interventions, spa days for stress relief, meal trains, humanize the cast, balancing melodrama with warmth. Finally, the Ted-Nicole-Leslie triangle simmers with potential violence. Leslie's schemes might include anonymous tips to the press, escalating to physical confrontations. Nicole's rage, "You stole my life. Now watch me reclaim it." Our TV channel Soap News and Spoilers is the place for those who want to know how the Salem story goes, as well as great Beyond the Gates updates and news, so subscribe to our channel to get what you want. Bye-bye.